Hello, hi y'all are. Here's Johnny. I'm also known as the KajunRootsReseller, where I go thrifting, garage sales, estate sales, and any kind of sale to do on eBay, even on clearance. Well, will I do the shopping for you? But will I ever stop thrifting or garage sales? Who? Not me. Well, right now we have to. But what I'm doing today is, this is part of my new series that I started last week, and if I'll have the links down below on the other two. But I am doing a new to eBay for new eBay sellers, things on how-to series, and today I'm going to be covering where to find an item that you may have shipped or dates that are due for shipping depending on your handling time, and also how to take care of feedback and the way I do it. Not to say that it's the right way, but this is just my way of doing things that I like to do. And so I'll show you the way that I look at things up and share them with you. So if this is your first time coming to the channel, I want to thank you for coming. Please do me a favor. Below this video, there's a little subscription button. Go ahead and hit that so that way you subscribe to the channel for new features of any new video series or things that I may do. Also, there's a bell. Please do me a favor and hit that bell at the top, because that way you get the first notifications every time I do put a video out. But the most important thing is I would love to get that thumbs up. That helps me with my videos, showing that you care and like what I do as far as the videos. Now, if you're returning, I want to thank you for coming back. Thank you for sharing, comments, that kind of thing. But the thing about this is, if you do put comments into the bottom of the video, I will implement those questions into the next video. If there's something that you need to know or want to know or would like to know, and I am not a professional at this, but I do spend a lot of research time when I'm not doing anything to be able to better myself in this world that we live in, but also all the new technology that we have today, so I'm still learning. All right, I hope this series has helped you on this particular topic. And I'm doing topics as I go, depending on what the demand or questions are of what they would like to see. Anyone who's watching this, if you send me a comment in the descriptions, under the descriptions of this video, I will be honored to go ahead and do another video on that particular topic. And so without further ado, let's get started. Starting to go to your eBay store, you're going to go, I have mine set up on a tab on my main screen when I open up my browser. I use Chrome. The Google Chrome is basically what I use on almost everything. So anyway, what this is that you're going to try to make sure you have an easy access to your account. So I have it set up thumbnail in this, excuse me. So you go to eBay, open up your app, and you're going to go to the far top right corner area. There's a bale, a basket, and then right here it says My eBay. Scroll down, you just have to hover over it, and you go to word selling. Now, and this is your main overview of your account, whether it's your sales, how much you sold in the last 31 days, your rated top seller, or whatever rate you are on your level of items. These are ready items that I've already pulled, ready to ship today, and I have 4 eligible sending. So all that information you'll see on this main page. Then you have your orders, and if you just hover over it, it'll drop a box down, and you will see that there's orders, awaiting payments, awaiting shipping, paid and shipped, cancellation, returns, cases, and shipping labels. Now this is a case where if you need to open a case for either non-payment or a problem or anything like that, you would use this little tab. And every time you open it, it'll come up and show you, and I'm just bringing you to the main page. And you just basically answer the questions, and they'll follow it and then go through with the case. So we'll just go back, arrow back. Let me see if I can get a bigger area of the screen. There we go. Now, we're going to go to orders. You can do all orders, awaiting payments. That means that the items that haven't been paid yet. Awaiting shipment. These are things that, before I get started, let me do something real quick. All right, before I get started, I forgot I need to put something in the middle right here, because that's where this piece right here is just to cover the information of my buyers. to protect their information. The only thing you will see was their name and their screen name, but I still need to protect that. All right, so in this page, when you open this up, you'll have items that are waiting for shipping. What's going to happen is you'll have the item, shipping label, the ship by date. I have everything on 1-day handling. So on this right here, this would depending on how many days you have to ship. On this one, I have that 1 day, so everything that sold yesterday has to go out today. And I do all my orders every day except on the weekends. I'll do Saturday, and then anything after the post office closes goes out on Mondays. But even though it's on a weekend, you still get that 1-day handling time, which will be Monday. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go back, an arrow back. The next thing I want to show you, this is going to be how you look up what day your item was shipped or delivered. And if you ever need to find that out, you can go right here to where it says paid and shipped. That's one way. Or you can just go to all orders. I always go to all orders because that brings everything up no matter what it was, as far as if it was a return, delivered, everything. But anyway, on this tab, like I said, you just go to order, scroll down, you can hit all. And when it comes up to all, this is everything that I shipped. And this is usually a 90-day mark, usually on eBay. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down and scroll down, and it tells you the item, order detail, the action of the item. Then you'll have in this where it's blocked. In this section, this is where the contact information is for the person who purchased it. Then you'll have what it's sold for, and the total means this is your taxes and shipping costs. And this is the date that it's sold, date that they paid, the zip code it's going to. And in this little block is a feedback area where if you left feedback or the customer left feedback, you will see that in this little pencil that you need to leave feedback, or if the customer left feedback, that's where this would be, the little envelope. And it's not lit right now because nothing's happened, and these are going out. That has to go out today. So let's scroll down. And for example, these are the dates. If you've shipped it, it'll show you the day that it was shipped. And it does say the word leave feedback, but I'm going to discuss that a little later. Now this one I gave a partial return transaction to the customer because they purchased 4 of these items. And of course, that's when I went and did a refund on partial of the shipping. And that's why this looks like this at this point. But then I'll go back once it's delivered. It'll tell me it was delivered, and then I'll go back from there. As you see, these are all the ship awaiting payment. Now, when I already knew about, because the customer sent me an email letting me know if it's okay that they pay by June 3rd, because that's when they can afford it. And so they did pull it out of my store, which is fine because she already purchased, he or she has already purchased another item from me. And so I didn't have a problem with saving it. And I told her I would not open a case against it until I knew for sure after the 3rd. And then, of course, you're going to see all the ones that just shipped the last couple of days. Now, in this one's where it starts, where you're going to see it says delivered. Now, this is where I do one of two things. This is where it was actually delivered. This is when it was actually sold. If you want to know more about a particular item, you can always go back and click the little link, the connection link of your item. And also you'll see the tracking number. So this will tell you when you first did your paperwork or your label or anything like that. If you hit the tracking number, it'll bring you up to that transaction. I'm not going to click on it because it will show the information of the buyer. And of course, you can click the item itself, and then it'll bring you to that item. And of course, it will show you the view details and things like that. Now, if for some reason, and I'm combining these together because this is something I wanted to cover, it is important that you do leave feedback, because for some reason, if you don't do the feedback, it hurts your account. So what I do is, on these that say delivered, I will go back 7 days from the date I am working on, which I do this every day. First thing in the morning when I'm having my coffee in the morning, I will look at, like, for example, today's the 19th. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, let me look at a calendar and see what would be the 7 days from today. And so I'm looking at the 12th. So anything that was delivered on the 12th or older, past, beyond the 12th, I will go back and leave feedback that day. So now I'm looking for right here where it says delivered date. I want to go look for anything that's the 12th or older. Like this one, I already did a feedback. And if I didn't, it would say the word leave feedback right here. This one I already did, because of the fact that if you notice on this side, the pencil means I left the feedback. And let me find my cursor. This means I left the feedback. And the arrow plus means the customer has left a feedback, and in this case, it was a positive feedback received. And that's how you know if you left a feedback already or if the customer did. Now, what I do is, the reason I'll go back 7 days is because that gives the customer time to look at the item, use the item, whatever the case may be. Then what I do is I'll go back, like this is the 13th, so I have one more day. Delivery date's 15th. Now this is 11th, and I see that it has been delivered, but they didn't leave a feedback yet. This will trigger a domino effect when I go to leave a feedback on anything past 7 days delivered. All right, now, when you pull up the item, and the reason I have to scroll up because it has the customer's feedback information at the top. I have an actual set amount of messages that you can set up. And if you hit the little arrow down, let me pull this up for a minute. If you hit the arrow down right here, these are all the different comments that I have already set up in my account where I just have to go over it. And like on this one, I usually put quick response, fast payment, perfect, thanks. And then just hit leave feedback. And you do that to each item that's delivered or sold. That I do every 7 days. Now what that's going to do is, if a customer hasn't left you feedback yet, they will go, and because sometimes it triggers it to where, oh, this person left me feedback. Let me go back and leave them their feedback. And so this will kind of keep that domino effect going on you. So if you do this every day, you keep up on your feedbacks, and like I said, I go back 7 days from the delivery date. And of course, you can go back to each item that you sold and look at what sold, when it was delivered, or even when it was shipped and not delivered yet. And so these are the ones I'm going to go back and finish my feedback on after I'm done with this video clip. Now, if you want to see comments of any other items on this, please let me know. On this one, we're going to also go back now to, I said I was going to do shipping, dates, and feedback. If you go back up here to where it says Seller Hub, where your name is right here, this is your feedbacks. The star is just in the different levels of stars that you get per item. And this little door will bring you to your actual eBay store. But if you click on this number, there's a little link line underneath it. If you click on that, okay, you will be on your main screen. I can take this off right now. You will see these are feedbacks that you get, whether it's a month ago, 6 months ago, the total of 12 years. Now remember, I've only been doing this since July of last year, so I don't have a lot of feedback, but I think I have a good bit of good feedback. And so what's going to happen is, all right, and then also when you go back to your orders, and if you do the paid and shipped, this is another way you can find your shipped dates, and I'm covering the buyer's information. And this is another, just a few different ways you can find it, so that way you don't have to say, oh my God, I can't remember where I found it at. This is also another way you can also find those delivery dates on your items, whether it's still being shipped, or when the date was shipped, or if it was delivered. And then if you go back up here, you can also show, like I said, all. Those are awaiting payments, those awaiting shipment, and then of course paid and shipment. Now if you want to do all your labels at one time, I'm not going to print this because I know it will show the customer's information. This is where if you want to do your shipping labels all in a bulk, you go ahead and tap on that, and you'll be able to do your shipping on your labels. And so that'll complete this little quick and tutorial of how to series that I'm doing. All right, I want to thank you for coming to watch this series that I'm doing, and I hope it is very informational, great information for you. I love to share, I love to help, and it's all free. So if you would, please make sure you leave comments below, because I will look at those, and if you have any ideas or something you want to find out about, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'll be glad to put it in the next video or a video thereafter. I'm trying to make sure I keep it up on every Tuesday and Thursdays. It will be released. I try to do, if possible, a premiere so that way y'all can come on and watch me while it's going live. And so thank you so much. God bless. And don't forget, on your way out, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the bell for all notifications for any and all new videos that may come out, when they come out, and you'll be the first to see. Have a wonderful day.